episode of Tales of Olympus, the podcast where we dive into the wildest, most dramatic, and sometimes just downright unbelievable stories from Greek mythology. I'm your host, Ariel Aikau. And if you're new here, welcome. You just joined a community of mythology fans who love hearing these stories retold in a modern, fun way. Now, a short recap of the Trojan War Episode 1. Now, back in the last episode, we met the goddesses, the apple in Paris, the prince who chose love over logic and stole Helen from Sparta. Now the world reacts. The Greeks are furious and the war drums are beating. This is episode 2, The Oath of the Kings. King Menelaus sits alone. His wife, Helen, is gone, taken to Troy. But this isn't just about love or betrayal. It's about honor. So Menelaus does what every smart ancient king would do when he's mad. He calls in his big brother Agamemnon, the king of Mycenae, the most powerful king in all of Greece. Agamemnon hears what happened and says, "She was taken? Then we take her back. With fire, with swords, with everything." And with that, the brothers begin to summon every Greek king and hero who once swore an oath to protect Helen's marriage. Detailed version on episode 1 of the Trojan War. Now let's rewind for a second. Before Helen was married, kings and princes from all over Greece wanted to marry her. She was famous for her beauty, daughter of Zeus, goddess-like. But her father, King Tyndareus, had a problem. "If I let one man marry her, the rest will fight. I need a plan." So the clever hero Odysseus stepped in. "Make all the suitors swear an oath. No matter who Helen chooses, they all promise to protect the marriage. If anyone tries to steal her, they go to war together." Tyndareus agreed. The suitors agreed. And Helen chose Menelaus. And now the oath is being activated. Agamemnon sends out the call, and one by one the heroes rise. Nestor, the wise old king of Pylos, sometimes known as Pylos, and Diomedes, fierce and fearless in battle, and Ajax the Greater, a mountain of a man with unmatched strength. And there's Ajax the Lesser, quick and deadly. And then we introduce Idomeneus, king of Crete. And Odysseus, clever, slippery, and not exactly thrilled to join. Odysseus really didn't want to go to war. He has a wife, Penelope, and a newborn baby, Telemachus. He's got a nice life on Ithaca. No monsters and no god drama. So what does he do? He pretends to be insane. He starts plowing his field with salt, talking nonsense. But Agamemnon had a soldier who was smart. They put baby Telemachus in front of the plow. Odysseus swerves to avoid him. "Busted!" He signs, kisses his family goodbye, and joins the war. But there's one more hero they need, the most important one. A name whispered by oracles and feared by kings.
Achilles!
But he's missing. His mother, the sea goddess Thetis, knows a prophecy.
If Achilles goes to Troy, he will die young but win eternal glory. But if he doesn't, he will live a long and peaceful life.
So she hides him, dresses him as a girl, hides him on the island of Cyprus, living among princesses. Odysseus, of course, figures it out. He shows up pretending to sell jewelry and weapons. He blows a war trumpet and all the girls scream except one. One girl grabs the sword and gets ready to fight. Odysseus smiles.
Found you!
Achilles sighs. He knows what this means. He's young, but he's ready, and he joins the army. Now, with all the kings and heroes gathered, they build a fleet. Huge, glorious, 1,000 ships stretch across the Aegean Sea. Poets will one day say,
Helen's face launched 1,000 ships.
But one last thing must be done. They need wind, and the wind is dead still. Why? Because the goddess Artemis was angry. Agamemnon offended her, so she demands a price. Her priests say, You must sacrifice your daughter, Iphigenia. Agamemnon is crushed, but agrees. You can see how much he wants war. In order to even sacrifice his own daughter, he'd even do it. And with tears and silence, he does it. The winds return. The fleet sails. The Trojan War has officially begun. But in some corner of the earth, is Iphigenia really dead? That is a story for another day. And now that's the end of today's episode. That's the spark that lit the fire. One oath, one stolen queen, and the greatest army ever assembled. Next time on Tales of Olympus, the Greeks arrive at Troy and the war begins. But it won't be quick, it won't be easy, and it won't be fair. Because the gods are choosing sides. That's it for today's episode. My name is Ariel. I'm 11 years old, and I will see you next episode. Bye!